Hi, Flams friends. It's Mrs. Flam. We are now well into online learning, and I just have to say, I am so proud of you guys. I know this has been really hard for a number of reasons, but I am super proud of you. So keep going. You only have 3 more weeks left. We're in week 7 of online learning, and you can do it. So I am pushing it a little bit hard with the math this week. I really want to see how much we can get done before school is out. So you do have 5 sessions in math this week. They're all on shapes, classifying quadrilaterals, sides, angles, those kinds of things. So I recommend you pulling up my video and you getting out your math book and doing it at the same time. And then that way I'm right there with you, helping you. If you have any questions after that, then please let me know. But it's really important that you watch those videos while you work on your math, because I'm there to answer any questions and explain it firsthand. There are some things that changed this week. We talked last week about choosing an animal for your project for the end, and I have put up a sheet with those animals in Google Classroom. I also am sending it out to parents in your checklist. So go on, put your name on there if you don't have a name on there yet. There's a lot of different animals to choose from. Some of them have really weird names, so you might need to Google them or have a parent Google them before you choose your animal. You're going to be an expert on that animal, so please do not pick an animal that you already know. So I've already told a couple of you, no, you can't pick that animal because you're an expert in that already. The point of this is to push you and make you better. So those slides are in there. You also need to, you don't need to, but I made you a Google slideshow presentation. You each have your own copy. So if you go in there, it should automatically pull up. If you go into Google Classroom, you'll see it says, put your animal facts here. And it's a Google slide, and I walk you through what I'm looking for: the animal name, where it lives, what it eats, how it makes its babies, the life cycle, why is it endangered, how can we as humans help it to get off the endangered species list, those kinds of things. What it eats and what eats it, maybe too, is interesting. So I also want to know where it lives. I want to know, what country it lives in or what part of the world it lives in. But then more specifically, the seed of that, I want to know, does it live in the forest? Does it live in the ocean? Does it live in the air? Does it live in the trees? Does it live in the ground? So be very specific. I want lots of information about your animal. Next, you have 3 chapters in Lemonade War this week. 4, 5, and 6. So chapter 4, I'm looking for a summary of chapter 4. Chapter 5, I am looking for a rad response. In chapter 6, you just get to sit back and enjoy. I do want to try to add more chapters as we go, so that way we can finish the book before summer comes. So when you write a summary, you need to be very specific, lots of details. Some of you guys are turning in work that has incomplete sentences, fragment sentences. A complete sentence stands on its own. You need to indent your first paragraph, name, date, underline the title of the book anytime you're referring to it. So for example, if you're like in chapter 6 of the Lemonade War, you're going to underline the Lemonade War. You always underline a title. That way people know what you're talking about, that it's a book. So I want you to be very thorough in those. Remember, a paragraph is 3 to 5 sentences. And if you need to do another paragraph, great. Just indent the next paragraph. There are 4 Seesaw projects this week. 2 are on phonics. 1 is a homophone sort. So you're just going to sort the different homophones into the different homophone 1, homophone 2. And then the other one for phonics is you're going on and you're telling me the differences between the word and you're using them in a sentence. So I'm okay if you type out the different sentences, just as long as I know that you know what those words mean. So you can type out the sentences, you can record yourself talking to me. It doesn't matter to me, like I said. The other 2, one is your book of knowledge writing. So you can write in Seesaw or take a picture of your book of knowledge and put it in there about the ladybug predictions and observations. We are now proud parents of some ladybug larvae. I was looking around to see if they're here and they're not. But we're going to watch that life cycle, and hopefully we can see some really good changes in those ladybugs before the end of school. So you're going to go on to Seesaw and note those observations. What do they look like? What do you think? What did you think that a ladybug larvae looked like? And what do you think is the next step in that process? Please don't Google it or look it up or ask a grown-up. This is just a fun experiment to see if you're going to be right. The fourth one in Seesaw, I am drawing a blank, so let me look and see what that one was. Oh, circle the right angles. So this is for math, just a review of right angles. A right angle is a like a chunk of a square. Like they cut off this is a right angle. It goes straight out and straight up. So all you're doing is you're gonna put like a highlighter or a pencil and circle those right angles and then send it back to me. So that's a math activity. So there's 4 in Seesaw this week. There's no Scholastic. We're not doing any Scholastic activities this week. You do have a RAS reading assignment. I know I talked to some friends last week and they're like, but Miss William, I don't like that topic, a book that I assigned. And I'm not really interested in the topic, and it doesn't matter really to me if you're interested in the topic. What I want you to do is I want you to see how nonfiction books are written. So nonfiction books have all of those great nonfiction text features. They have diagrams, maps, real life pictures. They have text captions, which is, wording near the pictures. They have a table of contents. They have a glossary. They have an index. All of these things that we have reviewed in class. So now is your time to really see how they play in a nonfiction book, so you can make your own at the end of this. That is the point of those nonfiction books. So you do need to go on to Raz Kids, check those out, read it, listen to it, record it, take the quiz on it. That is expected. And the last thing is Spelling City. I was all gung-ho for Spelling City in the beginning of this online learning. And then to be honest, I just totally forgot in everything else that we've been doing. So I apologize, but I will put your vocab words on Spelling City so you can refer to them there. There's a couple of videos too. We're also watching, or not a video, but it's a presentation on the animal kingdom, and it's different classifications of different animals. So you have mammals and reptiles and birds, and we talk about invertebrates and vertebrates this week. And you'll need to review that presentation that is in Google Classroom. I'm also sending it in a link to parents before you do the Kahoot, and the Kahoot is in Google Classroom. So make sure you do that before you do the Kahoot. So the Kahoot is new, and I hope you guys really enjoy that. And I think that's it. It's going to be a really great week. We're pushing a lot of really cool stuff. I'm super excited. I am also sending you out a checklist, so you can print it out or pull it up on your computer, make your own copy, and go through what you need to do for the week. So I think it'll really help you. The most important things, though, are always reading to yourself, iReady, and those math pages. So if you can't get anything else done because of time or crazy or sick or whatever, just go ahead and do those 3 things. All right, I love you so much. Have a great week.